All right, thanks for tuning in, everybody, to another episode of Mud, Sweat, and Gears. We finally made it to Red Squirrel Road. So this will be part one of many parts to come, because like I said in the previous videos, this road is long. This road has tons of trails, tons of lakes, lots of scenery. So stay tuned. Let's get to it. All right, I think we're ready to go. Maps are on. Let's get to it. Today is Tuesday. They're calling for rain later, but I'm hoping I can at least get part one done of this road. It is being logged as well, so we'll be sure to get the hell out of the truckers' way if we see one. We're going to attempt to get back to Bormarmac. I believe it's Bormarmac Lake. And then work our way back from there for this part one of several. I imagine it'll probably be 10 to 12 parts in this series. John for Mud, Sweat, and Gears. I see the channel is starting to gain a little bit of traction now, which is good. We're still very new. I do not have a riding partner today. I'm doing this solo. The wife is totally against it, but I told her, I said I got to take advantage of the weather because we have about 6 solid days of rain coming. So that won't be good. I decided to go with the DJI Mic 2 setup again today. So hopefully it sounds all right. Keep checking behind us because you never know. I have mirrors on this thing, but I don't trust them. They're so bloody small, you can't really see much anyways. was going to try to shoot things backwards today, start actually shooting from Bormarmac Lake and work my way back, but the sky was looking pretty dark on my way in, so I didn't want to take the chance on running out of time. So we'll do it right from the start to Bormarmac Lake. We also will be hitting this trail here on the way back. This leads to Black Duck Lake. There's a couple campsites back in there, according to the maps, and from what my father actually told me, he took a walk back in through there, so I've never been back there. Here comes a logging truck right now. What are the odds of that? Holy shit. Can you see anything? My God, I can't. Wow. They are logging what I believe is still Eagle Lake area, which is an area I would like to explore, but I don't know if they have it blocked off. Don't mind the shirt. I'm going to try to wipe my lens off. I'm sure it got a little dusty after that. So here's the first lake. This one is a very large body of water. This is called Net Lake. There are several access points, both on this road as well as farther down south. We are just north of Tmogamy, Ontario right now. This is actually one of my favorite campsites up here, but in the years that I've lived up here, I've only been able to camp here twice. Due to the simple fact, well, it's always taken. And lo and behold, it's taken. But look at that view. You wake up every morning and see that, eh? Beautiful. Sign back there at the 5-kilometer mark said must call. So right now, good luck, you ain't got no cell service. There's another there's a boat launch right here to Net Lake. You can drive your boat down in through there. Another local. Lots of great fishing in Net Lake. Pickerel, bass, pike, trout. You name it, it's pretty much in there. So the next lake we should be coming up to in about a kilometer is called Thieving Bear Lake. Another beautiful lake, nice campsite. And also chock full of fish. I fished that lake many times and always had great success. But again, it's one of those spots where it doesn't matter what time of the year you come, there's always somebody camping there. So I have actually yet to camp there. All I've done is launched my boat there and fished. was actually in not too bad a shape. Coming up to Thieving right now on our right. Man, somebody's there with a Canada flag. Oh, wow. Yeah, they're definitely having a good time. Nice campsite. It's a shame that people abuse the 21-day rule for crown land camping. There's a lot of people that do it. I'm guilty of it myself. I've gone over by 2 days. I was at a spot for 23 days once, but that was due to weather. It was pouring down rain, and the campsite was absolutely flooded, so I didn't want a chance pulling the trailer out in that, so I decided to wait for the sunny day, and then I went and pulled it out. That's a trail we'll be taking in another episode. That's another trail there that leads to, I want to say it's called Mountain Lake. I'll have to double check, but right now we're focused on Bormarmac Lake and Tindle Lake. And if we have time, if I brought enough GoPro batteries with me, we're going to go down and see Hansen Lake, which is on Jack Pine Road. But it's about 14 kilometers off of the main road here, deep into the bush. So I don't know if you can see on the screen right now, but the clouds ahead of me are looking pretty dark. So let's hope we can at least make it to Red Squirrel Lake. But I was thinking for our group ride that I'm trying to throw together, either for Canada Day long weekend, or maybe the weekend after, or possibly the weekend before, I'm not sure, but somewhere around there, I was thinking that we do this road. I'll throw together you know, maybe a 100-kilometer route, and we can all tag team it and have some fun. There's another trail there. This road has so many trails, it's unbelievable. I still haven't explored them all myself, not even close. And I've been riding this road for a few years now. So what does that tell you? We should be getting close to Tindle Lake around the 14-kilometer mark, if I'm not mistaken. It's about 30 degrees out today with the Humidex, so she's a warm one. Great day for a ride. I'm actually kind of glad there's a little bit of overcast. Nice little creek there. There's a little campsite here with a, it looks like a walking trail. Probably not much in there. But you never know until you explore, right? Nice big hill here. they're keeping this road pretty pretty graded, especially for the loggers. Another little pull off there. On long weekends, you know, May 2-4 long weekend, Canada Day long weekend, there isn't an empty spot on this road. If there's a little patch of grass where you can put a tent, there's a tent there. Little birdie. Yet another path there. Another little campsite there. You'd be surprised how desperate some people can be when they want to camp on this road. It's a beautiful road, beautiful ride, lots of amazing scenery. There's a nice creek up here coming up too. And we got a road there that splits off. That's another path that leads to God knows where. Just loops around and comes right back out. I took it before thinking it led somewhere, but well, I guess it does. It leads to, well, right here. This is where it comes out. Just a loop and a little couple little campsites. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We appreciate everybody's support so far as we continue to grow. If you remember in the video where I was talking about those Coleman mini bikes I had, well, this was the road that my son and I did. All the way to the very back, as far as you could go to the gate that's locked because it's a snowmobile trail in the wintertime. But that is quite a hike, let me tell you. Plus all the little side trails we took, and then all the way back to the highway there. So that was 100 kilometer. Well, 90 to 100 kilometers. I think it was 91 and change that we clocked. So here you have a beautiful little campsite here. This is Tindle Lake, part of Tindle Lake. There's actually a couple campsites. I will show you a couple of them On the way back, there should be another path that leads down to another campsite on Tindle. And I believe there's another one up here as well. Right there, 14 kilometers. So I was right. I may be getting old, but I can still remember some things. Great little campsite back there. The problem is you'll never get a trailer in there, and even to try to get a tent. As long as you got a small 2-man tent, you might be able to anchor it off to some trees, but it's all pretty much rocks and roots there, so you'll have to tie it off. Right now our main focus is getting back to Bormarmac and Red Squirrel, so before we get a downpour of rain here. I don't like shooting GoPro footage when it's not nice and sunny because the footage looks choppy, at least I found anyways. So hopefully this ship turns out well for everybody. I'm using the same settings as the motocross racers use, so should be coming up to that creek I was talking about. I believe that is another one there. That is Jack Pine. So that is the one that we will be taking if we have time today on the way back. If not, then we will feature that in part 2. I let some air out of my tires for this ride just to add a little more comfort, but I don't know. Everybody's got their own preference. It says on the machine, inflate to 6.5 psi. Well, I'm sorry, but to me, no. I always like to run between 8 and 12. It all depends on where I'm riding. Right now I got them set at 10. For Friday Lake and Annamanipissing Lake, there I had them set at 12, and the machine rode beautifully. There's another campsite. We'll stop on the way back. We'll check these out, hopefully before the showers hit. Imagine there's probably going to be quite the parking lot at Red Squirrel Lake. There usually always is. We're 16 kilometers in. I'm pretty sure the creek is coming up. I think it's at the 17-kilometer mark, if I'm remembering correctly. There's nobody behind me. I can't really see much anyways except dust. I figure this will probably be close to the last ride for this thing before I do the first service. Just gonna have a look here. Okay, so right there. Alright. Now I can see behind me there's nobody. Now this little lake here, it's an unnamed lake. You cannot access it unless you just want to jump off the side of the road here and get into it. But there's a campsite across the way. So there has to be a path that leads to it somehow. So that's going to be another mission. to get to the other side of that little pond lake right there. So we just passed mile marker 17. Another little beautiful lake there. So yeah, if you got a nice little car topper or a canoe, you can put in anywhere you want, really. I've never seen anybody fishing on this little lake here. Never. And I have been up and down this road many, many, many times. But not enough to remember where that creek is. 17, maybe it's 19. There's 18. Hey, somebody's parked there, probably for the night, sleep in their vehicle or whatever. Hey, I would. Why not? Those clouds are looking pretty dark. I know the GoPro is supposed to be, you know, water resistant, waterproof, whatever, but I really don't think my DJI Mic 2 is. So if it starts raining, we're gonna have to put the equipment away and haul ass back to the truck. All right, we just passed kilometer marker 19. I said mile marker before, probably because I just got back from Florida. There's a nice campsite there. Somebody's always got a trailer in there. And another site here. And another site here. So I was way off with that creek. I'd like to say, oh yeah, it probably runs off of here, feeds this little body of water, but I don't want to put my foot in my mouth either. I know it's just after a body of water, that much I do know. Path there. Ah, there's the creek. So I think we're around the 21 kilometer marker. So there should be a little dip in up here on the left. Beautiful little creek. And there you go. That's the one there. So we'll make sure we hit that on the way back. A little path going up through there. I don't like to rush my footage, but I didn't drive all the way from home to here to get skunked by rain. At least now if it does start raining, at least I got something. Red Squirrel Lake should be about 3 or 4 kilometers up here. Actually, maybe I'm wrong. We're already there. Traveling quicker than I thought. And to my surprise, there's barely anybody here. We got a couple of campers, but not much. Wow. Okay. So we're gonna drive over to the little area here, kind of a little beachy spot. But we'll do that on the way back. There's another area there, boat launch. I went swimming there before. Beautiful, beautiful. Right now, let's get to Bormarmac. Oh, I can feel the temperature dropping. If I get struck by lightning, just know I love you, honey. And don't let the Deegator destroy Goliath on me, please. I have also seen many bears on this road during my travels. 2 years ago, I actually seen 2 within less than a kilometer of each other, actually. Because just up here, there's a few more campsites. One of them I camped at with my wife and kids. I think we lasted until about, 10:30 at night. And the bugs were so bad because one of the kids decided to leave the zipper open. Yeah. So when you're trying to sleep with 1,000 mosquitoes in there, yeah, it didn't work out too well. So we had no choice. We just jumped in the truck and drove home. That was the longest drive ever. And then we came back the next day and packed everything up. So it really wasn't much of an overnight trip. Gotta love the dust, even with sunglasses on. I'm not one to wear goggles. I hate wearing goggles. I know some people swear by them, but not me. So if I bitch and complain, I apologize. There's a nice little site there, fire pit. There's a couple more up here. See, campsite ahead. So Red Squirrel Lake, it kind of narrows down and then it opens up again. It's a very big body of water. Very popular. There's a site right here. I've seen people actually get a trailer in there, believe it or not, and it's a miracle. How they do it, I don't know. I'm not sure how it's going to look on the footage as far as size, but it's a small site. What do we got here? Somebody leaving their junk. Really? Another campsite. Buddy's got it made. And another campsite. And the one I stayed at should just be up here. What the hell is this? Yep, there's the one I stayed at. It's full. Lots of people there. Wow. We've definitely done some work here. That's crazy. And the logging truck fits through that. That is tight. Well, we are now officially past Red Squirrel Lake. This is where the road splits off a million different directions when you get up here, farther down, but we're not going to be exploring that far in this episode. Everybody seems to be hunkered down in their tents. I hope that's not a bad thing. If they know something I don't. Not like I can check the weather out here. Another campsite there. Getting into logging territory, and there's a camp back in here. I'm gonna try to pronounce it. Don't shoot me if I'm wrong. It's what I've been calling it for years, so I don't even know if it's accurate, but Camp Wanapate. I'll let you guys read the sign if there's one up here. Because I'm not sure what the heck it's called. All right. Drop a comment if you can make that out and read that. Am I saying that right? Wanapate. Camp Wanapate. If I'm wrong, I apologize. All I know is it's a fantastic camp. They're on Facebook, so check them out. Very popular. I sure hope I'm going the right way. I believe I am. If I'm not, I guess I'm screwed. Yes, I am, because that's our marker right there that I dropped earlier. So we still got a bit to go yet. We are 27 kilometers in. On another episode, I'll take you towards where the camp is, and there's also a trail that leads to Lake Tmogamy, one of the inner bays there. It's a beautiful, I mean beautiful beach. I think you guys will really love it. So right here is where you go into the camp and the Temagami Beach. It's gorgeous in there. The trail to get to the beach, unless they've repaired it, it is very ruddy. Very ruddy. I've seen several vehicles stuck in there over the years. Even some ATVs and side-by-sides get stuck in there, believe it or not, just because of how the ruts are laid out. They bottom out. The machines bottom out, they get hung up, and they can't get out. So I guess we'll see how the old CForce 1000 Overland does. So right now, oh yes, forgot to mention, I figured out if I zoom in, it changes it to manual. The only thing that I don't like about it is that, see when I do that, it zooms me back out. Well, I like to zoom in because it shows more detail in certain spots. But at least I figured it out. So I was playing with it at home and I'm like, all right, there's got to be a setting I'm missing or something, and sure enough, we got a bridge here. Nice little stream, little creek. We're 29 kilometers in. Like I said, I've been back, oh, quite a ways, quite a ways. Okay, did I just pass where I wanted to go? Yes, I did. It showed that there's a gate there. Well, guess what? There is not a gate. So this leads to Bormarmac, or Bormarmac, or I'll read it when we get there. Now I'm sure this footage is going to look like shit because it's pretty dark in through here, but right now would be an epic time to see a bear. Just because I have nothing on me other than my my knife there on the front of the bike. I hope there's no trees down because I actually left my little battery powered chainsaw at home because I wanted to try to lighten the load on the bike and make some more room for food and drinks, and just in case. Always plan ahead in case you break down or you get lost, you get hurt. Which brings me back to the previous video when I was talking about GPSs with the SOS feature. Because right now, if something happened to me, my phone's useless. We should be getting close. It's good because I got a bug in my damn ear that is driving me nuts. Does anybody else have the ability to smell water? in the rain. Oh my goodness, there's somebody actually here. This is what I wanted to show everybody, but there's somebody parked here. How they got back in there? Wow. Well, there's a... Let's find out the name here. Bormarmac Lake. Alright, Bormarmac Lake. My apologies. So there you go. Bormarmac Lake. It's amazing how people get trailers that size. That's at least a 19-footer. And how the hell he got it in there? Because you're on a cliff. You're actually on a cliff. Skill driving, I tell you. I thought I was good at backing trailers in, but that guy's got me beat. So that's Bormarmac Lake. Would have been nice to get off the bike and show you guys, but Casey's in there hunkered down for this weather coming in. I didn't want to piss him off and intrude. Some people don't like to be filmed, obviously, or their belongings filmed, so. So I guess we will have a break. Let the bike cool off for a few minutes. I'm going to grab myself a drink. Swallowing all that dust is making my mouth a little dry. So we'll get back at you a little bit later. Stay tuned. Alright, so I lied. I'll give you a quick little sneak peek in here. I know they like it when you go slow. There's a lot of children at play in the camp, so we do not want to go left. They hate ATVers in there, just so you know. Right here, we are going Lake Tmogamy public access. And they've definitely improved this road. This is 100 times better than what it used to be. Wow. Still like ruts right here, you can tell, right? But definitely not horrible. I don't think I go straight. I believe, yes, beach. The beach is this way. So maybe we'll stop up here and I'll have a break. I know I can't take my ATV down to the beach. They have it gated off, it's posted, it's just a walking trail, but thankfully it's only, I don't know, a couple hundred feet. So we should be fine. Let's take a little walk. This is definitely still pretty ruddy, but definitely not nearly as bad as it used to be. I wouldn't be surprised to see some actual vehicles parked back here in the parking lot. It's like up, and it's like riding a roller coaster going through here. It's great. If you got a little sport quad, you could probably get some serious air. But I'm not going to try to jump a 1,000-pound machine. At least not yet. Maybe when my warranty's up and I'm looking to upgrade. See? What did I tell you? One vehicle back here. And there's the gate. Oh, two vehicles. Unauthorized motorized vehicles prohibited. Yeah. Story of my life. The main problem is I don't like leaving my ATV just sitting anywhere, you know what I mean? So we'll back this big bitch into here. Kind of out of sight, out of mind. I'm actually going to let it run for a couple minutes in neutral, so I don't get any hot spots on my belt. Because she's running a little warm. She's a little warm out today, so we will get back to you as soon as I start walking to the beach. All right. Well, we got the bike parked over there. Hopefully nobody's going to mess with it. The mosquitoes are terrible, but we're going to go for a walk. See if we can get to that beach. What do you guys think of thermocells? Do they work for mosquitoes? Better than bug spray? Because to me, bug spray just seems to attract them now. It doesn't matter how much DEET is in it. Muskol, deep woods, it doesn't matter. You could have a bath in this stuff and they'll still carry you away. Don't mind me blowing, I'm just blowing the bugs off my arms trying to hold the camera. I mean, I could have got the quad down here if I wanted to bend the rules a little bit, but I don't really want to do that. Man, these bugs. You can tell the rain's coming. I don't remember it being this far, but I could be wrong. Do we have any, other than human tracks, do we have any moose, bear? A couple little weird ones there. Oh, that might be a dog. That's probably a dog. Oh, a couple 100 feet. I don't know about that. A couple 100 yards maybe. I'm 6'5", so I can take pretty long strides. Just enjoy nature. I can hear the water. We're getting close. We are getting close. I just hope the battery lasts on the GoPro. We made it to the beach. Beautiful. There's a nice wind here, so hopefully it'll keep the mosquitoes away. Welcome to, well, what I like to call Temagami Beach, everybody. Isn't it beautiful? And you got some people over there on the houseboat having a good time. Look how clear that water is. Perfect sandy bottom. Gorgeous place to bring the kids for the day. Lots of area here. You know, put a chair, lots of shade. Perfect. And it's long, it goes for quite a while. I want to say the name of this bay, correct me if I'm wrong, any locals, Ferguson Bay in Lake Tmogamy. Lots and lots of area. All right. I'm gonna make the trek back to the bike, probably swap out batteries, and we'll get back to you. So stay tuned. All right, so there you have it. You guys got a little spoiled. I was just gonna give you a sneak peek, but since we were already back here, I decided to take you all the way to the beach. So you've seen the beach. Just don't tell anybody. It's kind of a secret spot. Not anymore. I don't think I've changed a GoPro battery so fast in my life. So the mosquitoes are just, oh, my arms are just covered in blood. So let's get out of here and get to cruising the road again. And make a couple of stops on the way back to the truck. Like I said, there's going to be many series, many parts to this road being shot through the course of the summer, so don't worry about that. This will be part one, and I have no idea how long it's going to be. I'm going to try to keep them 45 minutes to an hour tops, but can't make any promises because it's a lot to upload, obviously. Oh, we got somebody walking in. Possibly somebody from the camp, I don't know. If I got eaten alive, she's definitely going to get eaten alive. Hey, we got some blue sky. Maybe we're gonna get lucky. think I got all the mosquitoes off me now. What I figure we'll do is, each time I do a shootout here, if there's a campsite that's open, because obviously there's not many that's open right now, I'll get off the bike and do a little walk around. But we'll make a stop at Red Squirrel Lake, the main entrance there, and have a look. There will be the split off that we eventually take. That'll be another shoot, another episode that leads to Eagle Lake, which, like I said before, I can't promise that we're going to be able to get there because it's being logged right now, but it's a little bit on the risky side. But I mean, I don't see anything posted. I don't understand what that means. There used to be a sign there. Like I said, all these little side trails, we will eventually take them. We know we're basically going to start back there at that sign, work our way back, and literally hit every trail in our future episodes. Should be coming up to the campsite that I stayed at. Another little campsite there. That one's actually not a bad size. There's a sign for it. Blind Hill, keep right. Definitely a hill, that's for sure. Yeah, like where else can you see beautiful stuff like that? Right, and it almost looks like there's a path on the other side of that little creek there. So I wonder, well, I definitely ain't gonna be jumping the quad down that. Well, there's a path right there. So there we go. So there's definitely something. Yeah, right there. So that's definitely a path we can take in a future episode. That probably leads to where I'm thinking. slow past these campsites. Still can't go over that, eh? Crazy. Been there a while. So here was my campsite at one point. Looks like they had it blocked off, but not a bad looking little campsite for sure. It was nice. Water's right there. It was beautiful. Well, there's nobody here, so I think we'll back this big thing down there and we'll have a look. I think I'm actually going to put it right here, just off the road. Take a minute, show you guys around here. Yeah, like, I mean, look at the size of my ATV in this little spot, and people have gotten, you know, 19, 21 foot trailers in here. They look sketchy as all hell because they're not very level and straight, but they managed to do it. You got a little walking trail over here. But this is part of Red Squirrel Lake. You could hang a hammock from that bastard right there. Hey, just hang out over top of the water all day. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? I'm going to sign up here. What does it say? Be happy. B-E-E. Be happy. Oh, a couple little footprints too on it. That's pretty cute. All right, well, let's continue on. I'm already on my second battery, so let's hit the road. I'll go slow past here. I don't know if that's their jug or what, but I'm not picking it up because I've done that before and it was full of piss. So no thank you. Might as well pull in here. How's that for a nice little campsite, eh? Wake up every morning, see that. Again, you're on a hill here. Like, I don't understand where you would have to put something down there. That'd be the only way you'd be able to do it, really. Unless you like sleeping cockeyed, I guess. I don't know. Oh, I'm feeling some rain. Oh, shit. Couple drops. That blue sky has disappeared quick. But there's just a very small campsite with a little path leading down to the lake. Let's see if we can outrun Mother Nature. I hope so. It cooled off a little bit. Also be good for the bike. So this is the other little area you can swim, launch a boat, whatever you want to do, but it's also very nice. Let's take a little back in there. Look at all those butterflies. Holy jeez. Oh, that is something, isn't it? Isn't that cool? Well, there you have it. This is another end of Red Squirrel. It's a big lake, like I said. It goes out and around, it goes down that way and around again. It splits off. All right, so there you have it. Let's continue on. This battery's already starting to get low. We'll take a little tour through here quick. That just leads down to the water again here. And a dock. As you can see, nice little area. I think this goes all the way around. Yeah, there you go. Somebody left me a chair. So yeah, I mean, lots of area here if you want to bring your camper back. Definitely a decent spot for sure. Maybe I'll have to relocate my camper down here, especially now that it's pretty empty. All right, so we have to stop at the creek. And then we got to stop at Tindle Lake, and then I would like to hit Black Duck Lake as our final destination before we get back to the truck. Can we do it before the rain or before I run out of batteries? Path there. Here comes the creek. This is a beautiful spot. I'll probably take a break here and shut the GoPro off for a minute and take some pictures with my phone, because you gotta take pictures of your beast, right? The Goliath, as the Degonator calls it. And there we go. So yeah, you know what? Let's put it in 4. Let's see if we can get a pretty cool photo op here. Without going for a swim, of course. I think that looks pretty good. All right, so we'll take a break and we'll get back to you. But this is a nice creek, isn't it? Isn't this beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. All right, so I got some photo ops at the creek. I've already drove a few kilometers back. We should be getting pretty close to Tindle Lake. Up right there on the map. So there's 2 campsites that I want to show you guys. I'm sure the one is probably taken. I won't know that till we drive down the hill, but hey, if it is, it is, right? This the one? Is there anybody down there? I couldn't tell you, to be honest with you. I guess we're not going to find out until you'd normally be able to see if there's a trailer or something down there, but I don't see anything, so let's be nosy. think so. Doesn't look like anybody's here. This is a nice spot. I've never been to this spot, I can honestly say that. I think I'm gonna have a break. Look at this. They even left me some bug spray. Of course, they left all their garbage. But look at the wood they left too, eh? How nice of them. So here you go. So this is actually the third campsite that I was going to show you guys, but it's always taken. And look at that, there's even a fishing lure. Well, at least we know what they're using. Oh. What do we got over here? Oh, it looks like we got a shitter. I'm not gonna lie, this is a pretty incredible campsite. No way, there's even a boat. What? I'm not opening that. You guys are curious, you can come and open that yourself. A little canoe. Yeah, a little fiberglass. Like it's been repaired a few times, but wow. So really, you don't need to bring nothing to this site. You got a boat, well, canoe. You got a shitter. You got a chair up there. You got a couple tables. You got a fishing lure. There's wood here. There's bug spray here. Just bring some food. You got a place to hang your wet clothes or whatever. The hell was that? One of them chin-up bars? Oh, I hear a bunch of bees. Do we have a nest somewhere? Oh, look. Even some utensils. Some tongs. Like an old fork. Even a water barrel. A rain catcher. What's in here? Clothes pegs? Yep. Oh, wow. Well, they definitely somewhat take care of this site. Aside from leaving all their cans here, but yeah, you want to play some darts? Yeah, a lighter that works. Any of this left? Why not, right? It's here. Well, there you have it. So who wants to join me for a little camping adventure here? I think that's absolutely fantastic. On Tindle Lake, about 17 kilometers down Red Squirrel Road, just north of Tmogamy, Ontario. So write that down, people. Make a trek. All right, well, I'm going to take a break, have a drink. The bugs aren't bad here. So once I get the bike fired back up and get a little closer to our last destination, which would be Black Duck Lake, I will actually, maybe we'll go over there right across the way if I can get to that site over there. There's one there. If I'm not mistaken, there's one over there too. So we'll see. Looks like the sky is clearing up. But we'll get back at you. Stay tuned. Alright, so we just passed this. I decided to turn around, come on in here and have a look. Looks like a pretty nice little site. So we'll get off and have a quick look. Let me see what lake this is on. Banting. This is on Banting Lake. Banting Lake. Again, beautiful spot, but where the hell would you put a tent without sleeping on rocks and roots? And this would be great if you, like I said, if you just pulled in with a truck with a cap on it and just threw an air mattress or something in there. But nice little spot. Looks like they did some color in there on the island. Who wouldn't want to wake up to this every day, right? I've never fished this lake, so I couldn't tell you what's in here, but I'm sure there's some form of species. Okay, well, I'm going to save. I'm on my last battery already, so I'm going to save what I got left, and once we get closer to Black Duck Lake, then I will tune you guys back in. Stay tuned. Alright, welcome back. We just passed Thieving Bear Lake. The campers there with the Canadian flag hung up. They got lights hung up and everything. I think they plan on being there for months. So hopefully we can get this last lake looked at. Being I'm on my last battery. I'm not sure how long all this footage is going to be. I may have to break it up into possibly 2 sections, but we'll see. Started to rain a little bit on us, but it stopped again, so we will see what happens. We're coming back up to Net Lake here, the bridge crossing. Little area where you can launch your boat. Give you a little sneak peek here. Just gotta watch. People like to leave their fishing hooks and crap all over the place. Alright, I'll give you a quick gander here at Net Lake. This is a huge body of water as well. I fished it many times. It's fantastic. Net Creek there. I know there's things in the regulations that you got to be so many meters away from the creek before you start fishing, but yeah, it's a very nice lake for sure. This will definitely be the last ride for this thing before I do the service. sure to go over everything and make sure we're good to keep filming away. First service is always the most important. You go over every nut and bolt, make sure everything's nice and tight. Check the air filter, change all the fluids. Give it a nice once over. Check all your connections, make sure you put dielectric grease on them all of them. Just a nice thin film. Just a little thin film. We're coming up to my favorite campsite that we passed earlier. Although I haven't seen anybody here. I don't see a vehicle, but probably isn't anybody here. They just leave it staged, right, for when they come out on weekends. But yeah, this is a massive site. There's 2 shitters in the bush over there. I think that's why I like it so much. Where else can you take a dump and look at the lake? And you can put a small boat in there. It's walkable. The path's walkable down to the water. So you can put a 10, 12-foot aluminum boat in there or carry it. No problem. Alright, the sun's beaming down. I don't know for how long, but let's get to Black Duck Lake and wrap this up. Just felt another couple raindrops. Just spotty clouds, that's all. Four kilometers to go. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it's actually coming down a little decent right now. I can't really see much out of my glasses. Let me see if this is the one. I think this is the one here that leads to Black Duck Lake. Why is there no there? Yes, it is. That is the one. Okay. There is a fire number, but I think it splits off. I hope it splits off. I've never been back here, so I don't know if this is actually somebody's property or what. Looks like a well-used road, so look at the size of that rock. Wow. I'll be sure that if I see a house or a cottage or something, is that an old truck? That is an old truck. Wow. The things you find in the bush. Anybody need some parts? Wow. North Bay. P. Allman? That is an oldie. Drop a comment. What year do you think that is? They got targets set out. Not sure if maybe that's supposed to deter us or what. I mean, I don't see a bloody house or anything, so I seen that laneway back there, so maybe that leads to the house, and this leads to Black Duck Lake. I've been debating on bringing my truck and trailer down here, but my father told me that this path was horrible. Well, I mean, it's a little bumpy, but it doesn't seem too bad to me. Apparently I'm not even on the damn path anymore. Where in the hell am I going? I'm kind of going away. I guess I had to turn back there. Maybe this is Buddy's laneway. Unless this loops back around, but very interesting. Coming up to another Y by the looks of it. It looks like it just does a great big damn circle. Well, the lake is this way, so I'm gonna go this way. If I end up at someone's house, well, I guess I'll ask them what's for supper. Because I am starving. Or how about I just end up at a dead end? Well, that didn't work out too well. The elusive Black Duck Lake. Oh my goodness. Well, we gotta go back and then go down that other path. Unless this leads to something, but yeah, it doesn't. Just another half-ass campsite, I guess, if you want to call it that. I'm going to stand up because I'm tall enough, might be able to see the damn lake. 450 through there. Beautiful. Did I latch my cargo box? Yes, I did. Do you guys see a house in there? Because I sure as hell don't. And I did see a sign. This would be more like a camp. Oh, 24-hour video surveillance. Well, this is private property. That would be my guess. Oh, I could be an asshole and be real nosy, but normally when you see that, that means get the hell out, so. I'll get there eventually. There's always a way. So that would explain why they got the target sitting right there with a bunch of bird shot in it. A warning, you come on my property and I'll shoot you. Well, maybe next time I come here, I'll make sure I have my gun on the front. Like I said, you need any truck parts? Kind of cool. As long as there's no wasp nests in here. Well, it needs floor pans. I mean the seat, yeah. Reupholster that, no problem. It needs a little bit of body work, but you know, the engine's still there, carburetor's still there. Just a fixer-upper. Give me an offer. Well, I honestly don't know what to say. I do know that I seen a guy drunk out of his mind last year, I believe it was, when my father came up. We were cruising Red Squirrel Road and he was out here at the entrance leaning against a tree saying that his family was all in there and camping and everything, and there was a couple sites in there. So I was like, oh yeah, right on. Some of the owners of the property maybe? I have no idea. No idea. I know I have seen vehicles come in and out of this driveway before, so I don't know. We'll have to ask somebody. We'll have to get some information before we, because fire number 350 Red Squirrel Road. I'll have to look it up. I mean, they might own the land, but they're not going to own the lake. There's got to be a way to get to that lake without trespassing. I certainly didn't have it all on camera, but we put on, let's see, 60, 70, 80 kilometers by the time we get back. 80 kilometers. Not bad. Been riding for about, 6:30 now. I don't know, 3.5 hours, including breaks, so pretty good. By the time I load up and get home, it'll probably be 7:30, so you enjoyed today's video. Part one of many to come from Red Squirrel Road. Please don't forget to smash that like button, comment and subscribe. Mud, Sweat and Gears. We really appreciate it. And again, consider joining us for a group ride. If you're in the Northern Ontario area, or Tmogamy Shores, Tmogamy, Cochrane, Timmins, North Bay, wherever you're from. If you don't mind making the trek up, we'll meet up and we'll make a day of it. I'd like to get at least a dozen of us together to make it worthwhile. That's an interesting path going up there. Doesn't look like it leads to much though. Maybe possibly that lake there. Another episode to be continued. Just about back to the truck. The wife doesn't have to worry now. I'm alive, I made it out. Being I'm riding solo. I mean, breaking down on the main road or something happening on the main road, that's not too bad. It's when you venture off, you know, a few kilometers down a trail and something happens. No cell service, nobody's back there, but surprisingly, every place I pretty much stopped that I wanted to stop, there was people. I think the next time I come out, I'm going to take you guys back as far as Liberty Lake. That is a protected lake. You cannot fish it, but it is a beautiful lake and a beautiful spot to camp. So that is down Eagle Lake Road. That you can get to without having to worry about the logging, because they block it off past that, so you should be good. Alright, we made it back to the truck. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Enjoyed another episode of Mud, Sweat and Gears. Until next time. We shall catch you again. Thanks for watching.